Hello everyone. This video is a continuation of the previous one in which we explored the Asato sadgamaya, one of the Shanti mantras. If you didn't see it, I suggest that you take a look at that so that you can understand better about this mantra, or at least a part of this mantra that we are going to explore now. And for this moment, for this video, what we're going to do is, instead of just getting the meaning of the chant and just chanting the meaning, we try to explore it as a meditation, as a very internal focus. Now, about meditations with mantra, with chanting, a very interesting aspect is that chanting is always done on exhalation. You can try by yourself. It is impossible to do any kind of singing or chanting on the inhalation. You can only do on the exhalation. And then the exhalation process is correlated with some physiological responses on a healthy person. Sometimes it can be different, but on a healthy person, the exhalation is normally correlated with a reduction on the blood pressure, with a calming of the nervous system. So the exhalation is very binded, is very close together to a sensation of relaxing the system, relaxing the body and relaxing the mind, relaxing the nervous system. Especially if the exhalation is done slowly and smooth, like in a calm way, which is how we normally do when we are chanting, for example, a mantra. So, physiologically speaking, just chanting, can be anything, don't need to be any sacred syllable or anything like that. Just singing or making like some simple sounds like ma or sa, for example, they can by itself help you to relax. Also, there's a feeling of expression, which is, I believe, is important for everyone. It's a feeling of getting some sensation out of your system so that you can actually hear yourself, you can experience yourself going a little bit out of your own space, let's say. So I think also chanting can be important on this level of expression, of sensation, of experience of the body, of the world, of life. Then for the mantra in specific that we are going to do, so it's the last part of the Shanti mantra, which says Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. If you watch the previous video, I mentioned that there are a collection of peace mantras, chants that speak about peace and all the levels and different aspects of peace. And they all finish with this sentence which says Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Shanti means peace. Yeah? One way of understanding peace, of thinking about peace, is we can correlate peace with another Sanskrit word, which is sukha. Now, sukha has a counterpart which is dukkha. Okay, so sukha, dukkha. Dukkha is a very famous Sanskrit word in Buddhism, in yoga, various Indian traditions, because it's correlated to suffering or to being unsatisfied or to this negative aspect of life when we don't feel well. But especially correlated with this unsatisfaction of life, that we don't get what we want sometimes and we get what we don't want sometimes. Now sukha is the opposite. Sukha is related to comfort, to calmness, to contentment, to a feeling well. Now the syllable ka, which is in dukkha and sukha, means space. Okay? So sukha is actually bringing comfort and a sensation of a broadness of space to the space of mind. And dukkha is bringing a sensation of constriction, of feeling trapped, of feeling squeezed on the space of the mind. So that ka, that space of that syllable, it's related to the space of the mind. So when we are feeling unwell, like when we are sick or when you are emotionally troubled, we feel like constricted, we feel like trapped in the body and on that sensation or that pattern of thinking. We cannot escape. We feel like we're being dragged and being rigid, being like if you have a collar that you cannot move on, you don't have freedom. Now sukha is exactly the opposite, is when you're feeling very much well, very calm, very content, in a very pleasant state, a very sattvic state, that you feel a sense of broadening space, a sense of broadening awareness, a sense of clarity, a sense of lightness. So this can be correlated to the body, so a sense of lightness on the body, don't feel heaviness on the body. And it can be correlated to the mind, a sense of lightness on the mind, lightness on awareness, like you're open and things don't drag you too much. So when you're saying Om, peace, 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 what we are looking for is this sensation of space, this sensation of broadness, this sensation of clarity. Okay? So you can have this reflection as you do the chant. One last aspect I would like to mention is this idea of freedom from sukha. So this idea of space, which can create this image of freedom on the mind, on the realm of emotions, on the realm of the body. Freedom on this view would be for us to train our minds not necessarily to get what we want, but to be content with the situations that are happening. Okay, so it's a little bit of a distinction. I believe nowadays we are very much used to the idea of freedom, of being able to do what I want and being able to get what I want and being able to have the means to get what I want, and everything should kind of allow me to do it, to pursue my interests. This sukha, it's a little bit different. This freedom of sukha is a little bit different. This freedom of shanti is a little bit different. It's more about being content with the nature of things and the way they are. Of course, we're still alive, we're still going on after things, etc. But being content knowing that sometimes we do get what we want, sometimes we do not get what we desire, sometimes we get what we want and we realize that actually that was not what we previously believed was, like confusing brass for taking brass for gold. And sometimes we don't get things that previously we did not want, but later we realize was actually good. Okay, so knowing that it's difficult with our own limited awareness to actually know what's good or not, so might be a good idea to develop this contentment. Contentment creates calmness, contentment creates a sensation of space, contentment creates peace. Okay, so contentment is the pathway towards shanti, towards peace. The meditation that we are going to do is very simple. I'm going to demonstrate here. So it's basically like this. The inhalation is always when you're bringing the hands down towards your knees. So this will be the inhalation. And then you're going to chant as you touch 3 places of your body. So you inhale, and then you chant Om Shanti, Shanti, Shantihi. Inhale and start again. Okay, so 3 shantis. One, you touch on the region of the heart, the region that we correlate with self, where we feel things. So we say heart is where you feel, where we have emotions, etc. Because it's actually where we experience a lot of things. When you feel unwell, you feel here. When you feel sad, you feel here. You feel butterflies in the stomach, etc. We feel things here. Okay, so you're trying to bring the sense of sukha to this region of ourselves. Then you touch on the second shanti. You touch the region of your senses. So the eyes, the mouth, the nose, the ears, and also part of the skin. It's here. So then you touch in a way of calming the senses so that you feel the sensation of relaxing. And then the last shanti, you touch the top of your head, which can bring you the sensation of creating this feeling of sukha on the realm of the mind, on the realm of thoughts, so that you're calming down the intellect. You're at this moment, you're not trying to intellectualize anything, you're just relaxing the thoughts. Okay? So very simple, remember, very calm exhalation. We will do 11 times. After the 11th time, then you're gonna just do mentally, without moving the hands, with a very long exhalation. So basically you're gonna be here then, and you're gonna inhale, very smooth, very calm inhalation. And then as you exhale, you're gonna mentally do Om Shanti, Shanti, Shantihi. So be a little bit of a longer exhalation, and just as you exhale, you chant mentally. So basically the chant will count the duration of the exhalation for you. Okay? So we can start. You can open your palms up towards the ceiling, towards the sky. If it's uncomfortable for you to sit on the floor, you can sit on a chair, you can sit on your bed. So find any variation which is comfortable to you. It's always interesting before you start any meditation to first bring your attention to the environment. It can be anywhere that you are. And you have this sensation of belonging to the space that you are now. So there will be some noises, there will be some impressions happening, like temperature, maybe some smell. And this can give you the sensation of where you are, the sensation of time, the sensation of space. On a second moment, you can bring your awareness, your attention closer to your body. So each part of your body, all the different parts of your body, they will have different sensations. Some parts they might feel very comfortable. Some parts might feel a little bit different. At some parts of your body you can feel the touch of your clothes, at others the touch of the air. So take just a few moments to explore and to experience what's happening now on the level of your body. On a third moment, gather your attention, place your awareness very close to the breath. We are not controlling the breath now, you can just experience and sense the breath as the air moves in and as the air moves out. And we can start the chanting together. So you can follow me. Slowly inhale. As you exhale, chant. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shantihi. Inhale. Shanti, Shanti, Shantihi. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shantihi. Shanti, Shanti, Shantihi. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shantihi. Om Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shantihi. 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 Now we can keep your hands on your knees or thighs. Slow breaths. And mentally you do Om Shanti, Shanti, Shantihi together with the exhalation. You can do one more time. And slowly, when you feel comfortable, you can relax the posture. Move your body a little bit. And you can open your eyes. So you can practice as many repetitions as you want, so there's no rule defining how much you should do it. And also, in case if your breath feels a little bit shorter, then you can also speed it up a little bit, make it a little bit faster. If your breath is long, you can make it longer. Okay, so each day will be different, so depending on the day you might feel the breath different, especially in the second portion that you're just doing mentally. Make sure the breath is very smooth and very calm. If you try to extend too much, you're going to feel that the inhalation get tense. So the exhalation should always be very comfortable, long and smooth, but then the inhalation should also be calm. Okay, so like this will be easy for you to guide your own self to do this practice. So thank you very much.